now that you're faced with like this question, again, I want you to personally think, what did your ancestors have to give up to earn their white privilege? So if you know anything about your own ancestral story, I want you to think about it now. So just go ahead and answer that question in the best time you can. What did your ancestors give up in order to earn white privilege? And I gave you an example. They gave up their true names. They gave up their language. They gave up the ability to say, this is wrong how you're treating these folks. They gave up the willingness to question what the hell was going on, right? And now I want you to ask yourself, before we get into the mechanics of shame, what am I willing to give up now in order to be a moral human being? What am I willing to give up? And so in this instance, I would say for me, one of the most nourishing things for me to give up has been the romanticized idea of whiteness. It's been really nourishing for me to give up the American dream. It's been really nourishing for me to give up the Protestant work ethic that my ancestors thought made them better than other people, but actually they were just being played. I am giving up the idea that it's a privilege to have privilege, right? I'm accepting my privilege, but I am not romanticizing it or seeing it as it makes me special or worthy of something. What am I willing to give up in order to be a moral human being? I'm willing to give up my naivete, my comfort, my innocence. I'd much rather be here talking to you as I am now, knowing all this mess. It feels so good, not because it is good, but because it's real. I said this in a post when I said, we are accountable for our spiritual practice. And our spiritual practice is not about becoming a perfectly good, pure person and erasing our original sin and this bullshit idea. It's not about becoming a white savior. It's not about being a people pleaser. Your spiritual practice is about becoming and embodying all the magnificence of your soul, all the real authentic love that's inside of you. And for many of us, that means untethering from the bullshit. And the bullshit can be how assured you are of how good you are. That has been the same metric that's been used to persecute people, how good they are. You know, that's been a metric that's been used to try to legitimize white supremacy. Oh, that white people are just somehow more good. It couldn't be further from the truth. We are all messy human beings dealing with a history that we don't understand. And in the words of James Baldwin, he just really artfully spoke about this and just said, you know, one of the biggest problems for white folks and for everybody is that white people don't know where they come from. They don't know their story. And so they're fighting against a reality. They're fighting against a history that they don't understand. And they're fighting against, I would also say, this internalized shame and lack that they haven't reckoned with.